Hi, everybody. Welcome back to a Gameitall.com podcast. I'm Lucas Grimm.
Hey, what up? It's Speed 25, and that is glitchy as all hell.
It was. It's, everything happens live and everything happens on E3 time. Because, other than that, it's not going to happen.
So, today was essentially the real last day of press events, but Microsoft is doing their extended press event on Thursday.
Yeah, and that will just cover as a normal...
So they're going to be showing off stuff that they didn't show in the press conference on Sunday.
I'm interested to hear what that's going to be, especially because we don't actually know. It's just they just said they were doing this thing, so it's likely going to expand on. Maybe we'll get that gameplay that I was mentioning for Starfield, or something like get us actually hyped.
Yeah, well, no, I'm fine with Starfield because they showed the materials of what the Creation Engine 2.0 can do. They shown it was more about the tech and less about, because if they would have showed it right now of actual gameplay, it would have been Halo from 2 years ago. Yeah, they showed just enough to give the people an idea of what the engine is, and it was more of a tech demo than anything else, and we're going to see more of it next year. Next year is going to be the big, holy fuck, look at this. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, they're probably going to dedicate a good amount of time of the conference for that.
Well, yeah, because this is... next year, it's going to be... Because Halo's going to be out this year, so next year... Starfield's going to be the big thing.
Yeah.
And, today we had Nintendo, and we also had Bandai Namco.
Yeah.
Start with Bandai Namco?
Let's actually start the day before, because we didn't cover Capcom, and mainly because that was a 30-minute conference that didn't really tell us much, but let's talk.
No. I want Take-Two.
Oh, I didn't see Take-Two's. What was?
Oh my god, they didn't even show a game. They showed just their staff talking about diversity, about them selling stuff. It was marketing. It was not a gaming press conference.
All right.
They talked about making money. It was so bad.
Well, that's all that Take-Two does right now. It doesn't seem like they are making stuff. They're just, getting everyone else to make stuff and publishing it.
It was bad. But yeah, Capcom, they played it really safe.
Capcom was insanely safe. We had Resident Evil Village, which is already out. Great game. But they did confirm that the reverse multiplayer access... that is finally opening up next month, and
awesome looking.
It's from the bit of the beta I played. It was entertaining. I'm not going to diss on it that much. Much more entertaining than the Resistance multiplayer was. It had some moments though that I wish that it would have been better, but once again, it's the beta.
It's not even out yet, so we'll see when they fully release it. And new single-player content coming for RE8.
Yes, great. So Village is getting DLC. That was they listed it off as due to fan demand. So did they not plan for the DLC, or is that just...
I don't know. So, they were surprised at how well it sold, because it sold, I think it was in the first week or so, they sold 3 million units, and they were like, "Holy shit!" The fan appreciation for the game was like, "Pa!" So
it was up there. Yeah, exactly.
Because people love them some Lady D.
That's. I think that was the big selling point, wasn't it?
Well, and also the actual actress is just awesome.
She's lovely.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
And then we got more content for Monster Hunter Rise.
Yes.
And we also get to see
Monster Hunter Stories too.
Yeah, we got to see some. Was that
decent
conference
amount of
was
gameplay?
Yeah, there was a decent amount of. Actually, I think at that conference it was just the trailer telling you what the story was about. The Nintendo conference had the gameplay.
No, they had some gameplay.
Okay, then I must be thinking about that wrong. All right, well,
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure they had a little bit of gameplay.
A little bit. We got a lot
but
more.
Yeah, no, like it looked pretty damn good for Monster Hunter. And that's just it. Capcom, they're heavy into Monster Hunter because that sells like a motherfucker.
Yeah, right now, like Capcom has been doing great, and it's because of Monster Hunter and Resident Evil.
So they had Monster Hunter. They had a decent amount of that after, and then afterwards they talked more about what they're doing with their fighting championships.
But before that, they talked about the Great Ace Attorney.
Oh yeah, that they had that actually looks pretty decent.
Okay.
All right.
Great Ace Attorney actually looks pretty freaking awesome.
All right. Fatherly duty.
There you go. But yeah, Ace Attorney looks freaking awesome. Especially the whole jury system.
I kind of enjoyed the new look for it, but at the same time, I'm not overly excited for it.
It looks like an interesting, like, fluffy pickup. Just something to throw in and play.
Yeah, exactly.
But the whole jury system looks very interesting. And they went into a shitload of detail on the game and how it works and all the system and the mechanics.
That's true, especially with the dance of deduction system. Yeah. That was an interesting take, but it is also like they said it was a new system, but it is something we've seen similar to in other Ace Attorney titles. Like it's not overly new. It's not something that we're really looking at like that's different. But it does.
It still looks like a solid experience.
It's definitely there for the fans of the Ace Attorney series, and definitely, like I am one of those fans. But even then, I'm a little skeptical, to be honest. Do like the upgraded graphics and how, but I don't know. There's something about the charm of the original ones that's missing.
We'll see more when it comes out. So yeah, Street Fighter competitions.
Yeah, to be honest, I stopped watching after that point.
It was.
I'm not an esports guy.
But it's all coming back soon. So a lot of this stuff is starting up again.
Yeah, now that things have been getting under control. Back to normal. It's definitely much better, and things are coming back. Hopefully E3 will be back in a similar level next year instead of being just these live performances, which I'm going to talk about later, to be honest. Like overall talk of E3, but let's talk about the Nintendo presents today.
So yeah, Nintendo had a ton of shit. Tons of stuff. But
that's normal for the E3 presentation for Nintendo.
So it all started with Smash.
Yeah, okay, so when it opened up with the classic Tekken, somebody carrying somebody up to the lava and like dropping them in the volcano, I was assuming Heihachi is getting thrown in, but they threw us a curveball. They added Kazuya, and I am totally fine with that. Kazuya is a much better bad guy, I think.
Yeah,
and definitely. I'm excited to see him play. he looks like a beast in the little bit of gameplay that they threw. I mean, they also confirmed that his 10-hit combo is in there.
Yeah.
Which is brutal.
Also, the whole Kirby thing was amazing.
I love that. That was adorable. Like, him throwing everyone else in the lava was like, okay, yeah, that's awesome. And then picking Kirby up by one hand and dropping him, but nothing happens.
Just Kirby comes back up and goes around.
I loved it. That was great. But Kirby can't lose. It's in his contract with
No, they cannot kill off Kirby because it's Kirby. You know. That's. Did they give a date on when he's getting added?
No, but they do have a date for the live stream, which is
what's his name? He's gonna have he's gonna have an actual full blown like breakdown of the character.
Yeah, they haven't finished filming it, is what Sakurai said. So
So next up, a port to the Switch, Life is Strange. Both the first two games and also the new one coming September 10th.
I'm going to be honest. Like Life is Strange, we've already talked about it during Squares. Meh for us, for most of us.
It's people love it.
If I'm going to be honest, the Switch is definitely the console to have this game on, I think.
Well, yeah, it's a story heavy game.
Yeah.
It's a very story and narrative heavy kind of game. It'd be like what's his name? Quantic Dream making games for the Switch.
Yeah, exactly. David Cage.
Yeah. So having like Detroit Become Human on the Switch. So yeah. Did not see this coming. Super Monkey Ball.
Oh, I'm kind of excited for that now that I've actually played a Super Monkey Ball game.
So the trilogy of games, it's been 20 years. I feel really old. I remember when that first came out wasn't it the GameCube?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure it was on the GameCube.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the GameCube.
But yeah, so they're bringing a bunch of different games. So Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, October 5th.
Yeah. Of course, more Monkey Ball is always welcome. Definitely.
Well, and we haven't had Monkey Ball for quite a while. I think
we did get the Banana Blitz on HD. So I think because Banana Blitz did well enough that they were like, okay, let's bring back Monkey Ball. Let's bring And, I don't think they're ready to announce something new for Monkey Ball, especially because the game is very of a...
It's a niche genre.
It's a niche genre, but you could definitely bring back the older stuff, and people will definitely enjoy that.
People will definitely buy it, and if it's a good price, people will buy it. If it's full price, people aren't going to buy it. Mario Party Superstars.
So, new Mario Party definitely welcomed. It's not really new though. It's a remake of.
Well, it's a collection of 100 plus of the fan favorite mini games,
and 5 of the fan favorite boards from the Nintendo 64 era.
Yeah. So, and that's coming out on October 29th.
Hey, I'm down for it.
Hopefully, they don't have everyone in the same cart like they've been doing for the past couple games and ruining it. Everyone's in the same cart.
Oh, yeah, no, they kind of said that there was going to be online play, and
I know, but as long as it's classic Mario Party, and it's not Mario Party that came out last year or the year before.
They somewhat confirmed it because without saying it, because they said you can play with buttons. So all the games are button and joystick controlled. So it sounds like you can play it normally. Like you don't have to connect your switches together or any bullshit like that.
No, it was because with like Mario Party 9 and 10 and then the one on the Switch, they don't play like classic Mario Party games.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, these are going to play closer to the classics from what we're reading.
Proper Mario Party.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, was not expecting this, but new Metroid game. Classic, like, side-scrolling Metroidvania.
So Metroid 5, a.k.a. Metroid Dread. I think I squealed like a little girl when that got announced.
So it is return to form.
Yes. So they did release a developer diary after the presentation, and they have confirmed that this is a Nintendo-made team, but they are also working with Mercury Stream, who did Samus Returns. So that is they're working together to make sure that Dread can happen. Dread has been an idea that they've been working on. They believe the developer diary said somewhere around 18 years, but the technology for the story and what they wanted to do with it was just
wasn't there. Yeah.
And then Mercury Stream showed up with Samus Returns, blew them away, and was like, okay, we can do Dread now. Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, and the Switch platform is the perfect platform for this.
I'm enjoying the idea that like you have these extra monsters that are there to just hunt you down, like similar to a Mr. X or Nemesis style.
Or the alien in Alien Isolation.
Yeah.
It's just there to fuck you over.
Like Samus can't fight against these things, she has to run, but it's just so tense. Like even watching that, I was like, oh my god, this is an action horror game with inside a Metroid universe. I'm set for that. I am all here for it.
Well, yeah, and also this sets us up for Metroid Prime 4.
Yes, and so they did confirm Prime 4 is happening, and is still happening. No, they're still working on it, so it's still happening.
Well, they rebooted it from scratch, so yeah. So Dread is coming out October 8th.
Yeah.
So we'll see more on that at that point in time. Cruise and Blast.
So
bizarro little racing game.
So isn't that like the Cruising World and Cruising USA games?
No, Cruising Blast was it was a midway, like it was an arcade game from the early 90s, made by Midway. And then
it's like a spin-off of the Cruising World and Cruising USA then, because that's also Midway.
Yes and no.
It was its own thing, kind of.
Out. It was its own thing, but super arcadey, looks kind of fun. It's an indie title, so it's probably gonna be like $20-some bucks. It looks like a fun time.
Yeah, I was sold on the unicorn as the.
Yeah. They brought back Wario.
Yeah, WarioWare. Keep it together. Get it together.
It's Wario.
Yeah.
It's 2-player Wario. What more do you want?
Yeah, seriously.
So September 10th, all sorts of mayhem. It's Wario. You know, that's the way she goes. I'm fine with that. We've been waiting for this for a long time. Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Oh,
with an
finally.
Actual release date.
November 12th. And yeah, I am excited. They showed what they showed off. It's a good thing they did re-release Shin Megami Tensei 3. Because the Shin Megami Tensei series, it does play slightly different than the Persona series.
Well,
with,
but
the problem is the Persona series has overtaken its mother series.
Persona is huge.
Yeah.
Because they kept bringing out the games and people bought them.
Oh, yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei 4, didn't that come out on the 3DS?
Yes, 3DS.
That's the problem. It came out on a smaller platform. It didn't come out on the mainline consoles. If it would have came out on, let's say, the PS3 or the 360 or the Wii, it would have probably sold better than just on the 3DS.
I think so. I think it would have picked up a lot more, but like I said, the whole thing, like them re-releasing Nocturne, was a great idea because
great strategy because got people introduced to the series.
Yeah, and 5. Well, like I was saying, Persona has overtaken the Mother series. It's like
we're getting Mother 3. Okay, sign me up.
Sorry, misworded. Has overtaken Persona, being its spin-off of the Shin Megami Tensei series, has overtaken it in popularity. Yeah. But a lot of the gameplay that you get from Shin Megami Tensei is not in Persona, like how the turn systems work. Like it's not just a straight up random who has the higher speed goes and battles. No, like there's an actual turn set to go, and hitting your weaknesses and doing everything like that adds to it. It's a similar platform, but there's enough in it that would make a Persona player confused. So
yes, because there's a learning curve.
Yeah.
And Persona just has such a style to it.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm down. I'm excited. I am. They showed off some of my favorite monsters on there. Jack Frost being there, obviously, and the new character design looks ridiculous, and I am here for it. It is. I want it. I need it right now. And
but no, Atlas needs to bring back Devil Summoner. We need that back.
Yeah, I could go back with Devil Summoner.
Yeah.
We can get Devil Summoner. We can get even if we can get Devil Survivor back, I'd also enjoy that.
So November 12th for Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to even more left field. Danganronpa. All
I love these
games.
I love these games enough that I am very excited for getting them again for the Switch. Like,
yes.
Yes, absolutely. So the new game, though, because I'm going to say, as much as I love the games, I didn't get to play number 3. So this newer game that they're adding is a board game set,
something like that.
So I'm intrigued by that. I want to see what the board game Danganronpa is.
Yeah, I don't know. It just looks messed up. But I'm excited for the bundle.
Danganronpa is.
But yeah, so 4 games in the collection. Can't go wrong with that.
And you can get all 4
separately.
In a physical edition or separately. So
which is great. So if you just want one of the games, you can just buy one of the games. If you want to buy the whole bundle, you can buy the whole bundle. So yeah, that's pretty epic. So they brought back something that we haven't seen in a while. Fatal Frame.
So first off, gotta say something though, because it was announced shortly after it. Temco is bringing out the game for all the other consoles.
Oh,
yeah, I couldn't get my mouth to work on that, but it is coming to Xbox last and current gen. It's coming to PlayStation, last and current gen, Switch, and Steam.
Okay,
so
cool.
I want this to do so well that they're like, okay, let's start bringing back the other ones too.
Yeah, and they haven't, like, the last Fatal Frame game was on the freaking Wii U.
This was the Wii U game. Maidens of the Dark Water was the Wii U game.
Yeah.
And it's just nobody played it because it was on the fucking Wii U.
Well, and there was 13 million units.
And also there was
a lack of copies.
There was also heavy censorship.
Well, there you go.
And
then
immediately
before
the fans were like, no, we're done.
And then before that, we had that Wii version that only came out in Japan
of Fatal Frame 2, which is the best in the series.
So
Nintendo.
Yeah, so
when Nintendo got the rights for the game, they just really screwed the pooch with it. They didn't know what they had, and now it seems like it's back in its own control, and it's being released. It's going to everybody. Yep. Hopefully, we'll get the other games because we have 4 that we're missing from the Wii. We have the 2 remake that was also on the Wii.
Yeah.
And, the series was just effectively in North America, the series was killed. So now it's back. I can't wait.
Hopefully this sells. So we'll see what happens.
I know I'm putting my money in on it. I want it. I need it. Why am I not playing it right now is what I say.
So, surprise, Advance Wars 1 and 2 reboot.
I mean,
so
absolutely.
It's Advance Wars. What do you want?
It's Advance Wars. They gave it a hell of a makeover. It's super pretty looking right now, and I am this is another one. Like I was saying on our Discord channel, Nintendo for me won E3 with these announcements because I was like, the Advance Wars 1 and 2 remastered, and it's a ground up remastered. We're not just getting the Game Boy Advance version thrown at us. No, there's full on new animations. Characters are new models, full 3D. There's new types of animation where they're depending on where they are, what they're shooting at, where they're aiming. That is all in there. And that there's definitely been enough work that this pretty much is a new version of Advance Wars with everything that we loved about the first 2.
Yeah. So and it's coming out December 3rd. So, yeah. This threw us very off guard. So the first sets of DLC for Hyrule Warrior.
Okay, yes, because they ended it with the big Zelda announcements.
Well, what's his name? And we thought, I thought, it's just this is it for Zelda.
Well, they showed off because Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is great. The new weapons that they showed off, that new flail that they gave Link, I want that. I want more of that. That looked amazing.
Well, it's coming June 18th.
June 18th, and also they gave Zelda her the Link spike. So I mean,
yeah, you get the motorcycle.
That's going to be a fun weapon to use. But it wasn't all about Age of Calamity.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. The Game & Watch Zelda edition.
Yes.
That thing is cool as fuck.
Okay, don't get me wrong. The Mario Game & Watch one that came out when with Mario 34.
Okay.
It was all right. That was okay. This thing is much better.
This thing. Oh my god. It comes with 4 Zelda games.
3 mainline and 1 little mini game.
Yeah, so you're getting the original Legend of Zelda, Legend of Zelda 2 Link's Adventure, and the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
Yeah, the original Game Boy Advance version too. So I mean, Game Boy version, not Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, not the DX version. And then also Vermin, a Link version. I have no idea what it is, but yeah,
Vermin was a game where you were Mr. Game & Watch and using a hammer.
Well, it is a Game & Watch, so that makes sense. And then interactive digital clock plus timer.
Yeah, so and you can play the missions that he's on where the clock is going. You just have to pick up the thing and start playing.
Yeah.
That is and then, I like it.
And it's coming out November 12th. So it's probably going to be, how much was the Mario one? Like 89 or 60? It was about 69, wasn't it?
Somewhere around that, yeah, 70 to 60 to 70.
That's not that bad of a price for what you're getting. 3 glorious Zelda games. And a clock.
Especially if you're a collector of, like, you're being a collector, you definitely would want that.
Well, and I'm surprised, like, I look around even now at, like, Best Buy or places like that, they still have a ton of the Mario ones.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird because you look at, like, the NES Classic or the SNES Classic, those things are impossible to find. But the Mario Game & Watch, there's tons. There's so much stock everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. But then again, like, the Mario one wasn't, like, it was all right, but it wasn't Zelda.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm definitely going to be pre-ordering one of these so I can play it. It looks glorious.
Then we also got another look at Skyward Sword HD, which kind of led into the next big announcement.
So for Skyward Sword, bring it on. It's coming out next month.
But that's part of that. I kind of realize why they're re-releasing Skyward Sword now. And it's because of the next big announcement, which was we've got new gameplay for Breath of the Wild 2.
On the Super Switch? On the Switch Pro?
Yeah, no, we didn't even get an announcement of Switch Pro or anything. See, whenever they say stuff about Switch Pro and Super Switch, I just keep going, yeah, I'll believe it when Nintendo says it. But it's not.
They need to call it the Super Switch.
They need to call it the Super Switch.
It has to be called the Super Switch. Fuck that Pro crap. It needs to be the Super Switch. Because you're playing, and then they can bring back the slogan, you're playing with superpower.
Jesus.
Thanks, Nintendo. But yes,
Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, though. Breath of the Wild 2. So I gotta say, it took me a couple times to watch the trailer to really get what was happening here. Because, I mean, it opened up with a quick flash of the Calamity coming back and something happening to Link during that, and then Zelda falling what looks to be to her death. But we don't know that yet. Likely not. She's likely alive. I mean, it's Zelda.
She always survives.
She always survives. But
because then she gets reincarnated and we have a new game.
But we did notice one thing is that Link loses his arm. Link becomes handicapped and gets a Sika Slate arm as a new item. And that is going to be our big, like, badass moment where we get to use the Sika Slate arm to just kill everything.
That's probably how the game starts. He's in battle, and then they chop his arm off, and then he's like, no!
Well, there's a lot going on with the look of Link in this one, because, he has much longer hair. He has that new arm that's like robotic looking.
Hey, maybe it gets super dark and emo, and it gets super realistic.
He hasn't put a blue streak in his hair. He's good.
So, it's more Zelda.
But the reason why they're doing Skyward Sword though is because of one of the big announcements of Breath of the Wild 2. The sky towns are going to be back in Breath of the Wild, so you will have the ability to traverse the Skylands or whatever they're called in Zelda. It's been forever since I played Skyward Sword. Okay,
is there Skylanders?
I knew that was coming.
So I'll definitely pick up Breath of the Wild 2. Still a weird name for a second Zelda. Well, okay. I guess they're going back to the... Yeah.
I mean, Legend of Zelda 2 Adventures
I know.
of Link. I mean,
so does it turn into a side-scroller? Does it turn into a side-scroller?
That would be funny.
But, yeah. So, no, overall, Nintendo had a pretty solid press conference. A decent amount of stuff. No Super Switch. No Super Switch.
No Super Switch, but yeah, then that was Nintendo overall, and then we had Bandai Namco, which was
one game,
which was House of Ash.
But if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So they probably didn't have anything nice to say about anything else.
Which is surprising because, they did announce one thing they have a ton of stuff coming out. I mean, we have one thing that we forgot to mention was Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is coming to the Switch. They could have talked about the third DLC that's supposed to be coming out soon and what's happening there. We also have Scarlet Nexus coming out within the next couple weeks.
Yeah, there hasn't really been no press on that whatsoever.
I mean, they released a demo, and the demo it's beautiful. It plays great.
I know, but give me some press. Give me some talking about the tech inside the game and who made the game.
What you're going to be able to do? What's the new mechanic? What makes Scarlet Nexus better than Code Vein that's based from the same team?
Yeah, tell me why to buy it.
Yeah, give me
also, where was Elden Ring?
Yeah, Elden Ring they are the publishers for Elden Ring. So that
game is going to be huge.
That game's going to be gigantic. We need more stuff about it. And you guys just you finally released a gameplay trailer, at least. You could have replayed that trailer at the conference. I think people wouldn't have cared about it.
Date, and the game looks great. So, overall, the game looks amazing.
But yeah, no, that was it. That was.
But the big winner at E3 this year is the year 2022 because there's so much crap coming out next year.
Yes. And hopefully a lot of this is going to be amazing, and we're just waiting to see more at this point.
Yeah.
But okay, so overall E3 this year, they tried to do something different. They tried to do what they could given the situation of the world with how the Backstreet Boy reunion tour screwed us all over. I'm borrowing that from Game Grumps because we can't say the C word.
So
apparently,
overall,
if you say the C word, you get flagged on or demonetized on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. So overall, I
don't know. They did their best.
Well, most of the companies played it safe. Microsoft and Nintendo had very solid press conferences, very standard fare that they have every year.
I'm going to say that's because they already knew what was going on, and their conferences were already set up in a way that they could do it like this, and
that they could control their press conference. Nintendo did a direct. They've been doing directs for the past 8 years, So it's nothing new to them. Phil and the team at Microsoft changed their approach, but they still know how to put on a good show. They know how to manipulate the puppet that is Todd Howard. So they knew what they were doing. Ubisoft wasn't that bad. It was more safe than normal, but they didn't have the audience to play off of.
Yeah, like, and this isn't the first time they've done the Ubisoft Presents either.
No, and they showed a decent amount of good stuff from Ubisoft. We had Far Cry 6, which looked great. We had Mario and Rabbids, which I'm fucking pumped for.
Yeah.
So, and then companies like Square, they just suck at doing press conferences. Capcom was their first press conference. Same as
and
Bandai
the thing
Namco.
Is, I'm going to say with Capcom, the only really big announcement that they had was about, bringing back Capcom fighters in the tournaments. Because
Monster Hunter Stories 2 was a good presentation.
Yeah, but generally you would see that like just as a footnote for Nintendo, is that, here's a trailer for Monster Hunter Stories.
They would add it on. It would either be like a Nintendo thing or a Sony thing, or like
So they did it for their own, and they did it for Nintendo as well. But it was set. It was, they didn't have much else to say, so they had that conference time to borrow it
to present, to
present, and even with like Bandai Namco, I'm slightly disappointed at that because they do have a lot of stuff coming out. House of Ash and the Dark Pictures anthologies is great, but
they're really pushing that hard, which is surprising.
Well, they're a great series. Like even Man of Medan and Lost Hope both are really well done. But
if you look at it as the type of game it is, usually in the past, those types of games are not well represented. They were usually just published, put out there, and then people didn't buy them.
I'm definitely not going to diss on them for promoting that, because yes, that was good. I think that's actually better than what happened with them Supermassive previously, because they were with Sony doing Until Dawn, and Until Dawn had like 3 trailers.
Yeah, and it didn't really go anywhere after the first the game came out.
Yeah,
they had that VR one, and then that was it.
Well, they had like 3 VR games.
Oh, I don't know. I remember the one.
Well, the Until Dawn games, there's actually 3 games now, because the Inpatient is a Until Dawn game.
Oh, yeah.
And you have the roller coaster shooter, which I played. That was a lot of fun. That's for a VR shooter, like rail shooter. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, aside from that, it's like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
But
so
them working with Bandai Namco to do this like anthology story and getting these big actors to help play it is really, really awesome.
Yeah, it's really impressive. So, but yeah, it's just weird because usually these types of games just do not get the press that they need to succeed. But yeah, so overall we had some good stuff from some of the presentations. Especially like Microsoft. I'm pumped for Halo. I'm pumped for Forza. Forza looks amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, how many times did they go, this is the picture, this is the game? It's the same thing. So that looks great. Psychonauts 2. Holy shit, I am pumped for that. Because Tim Schafer takes all my money.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, wait, no, I don't have to pay for it. They want $80 for Psychonauts. They want full price. I'm like,
and it is coming to PlayStation as well for those who were. But I mean, you're getting the $80. Yeah,
I'm not paying $80 for it. I have it pre-registered for my Game Pass.
Yeah, so. I'm gonna have to. I am gonna have to jump in and get an Xbox, ain't I?
Same as Oh, and it was weird today when I was at the mall for lunch. I saw a PS5 in the wild. I was like, "What the fuck?" I walked by Shoppers Drug. Yeah, do I look like I have $800 just laying around?
Yes.
No. So we need to get teleporting technology from Ratchet and Clank, and then you can just teleport it there. But yeah, no, I was just walking down the hall and I saw it on the shelf, and it was like this massive freaking box, and I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, we also forgot to talk about the Xbox mini fridge.
Oh yeah, of course, because when we were watching our stream ended before that. It showed up as like an extra. That's why you didn't see it. But the Xbox mini fridge is a thing. It's happening. It's coming out, I think, next year, is it?
Some point.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a real thing that's happening.
Phil is just going with everything, which is great.
I think Phil realized that, memes sell stuff. And if you're going to get turned into a meme, you might as well just roll with it. So people made fun of Xbox for looking like a mini fridge, and they're like, hey, that sounds like a great idea. The Xbox mini fridge.
Hey, the console does run pretty damn cool when you're using it. Also, it does not sound like a jet engine taking off.
Like my PlayStation 4. It's like, fuck's sakes.
You got to re-thermal paste that thing and then replace the fan.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, I'm not. Fuck's sakes. All right. But
cool.
That is E3 2021, and we will be back. Not for the rest of this week, but we'll try coming back next week with the podcast on a more regular basis. And for Gameitall.com, I'm Lucas Grimm.
Hey, what up? It's Pino25.
We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Now play us out.